The new Darth Maul is here, but it looks like he may have taken a few too many trips with Doc Brown and the DeLorean. I have some thoughts, and I want to break down what I'm seeing because it feels like each piece on this fig came from a totally different decade. To start, here's all 11 previous Darth Mauls from 1999 to present. There's a lot of black, and a surprising amount of red if we count St. Nick over here. But for the sake of comparison, we can get rid of Santa, Hasselhoff, and Daddy Longlegs. Now obviously, I know styles change with the times, so I'm not really focused on the content of the designs or things like the outfit, the hoods, the headpieces. It's really the line weights that stand out to me. Way back in 1999, look at the lines for the robe. They're very soft, feathery, and even the next two, the lines are pretty thick. Contemporary figs are totally different. Newer versions have super thin, precise lines, solid filled shapes, and even reflective textures. And both are great. I love the new stuff, I love the details, but I also have huge nostalgia for the oldies. I'm not going to argue that they're better, but they have their place. Anyway, the thing that's weird is that the new Maul has a style like the classic stuff, but a design from the new. Everything in isolation looks fine. I mean, I've heard some good arguments against the missing pupils, but I like the style change, and I like that they match Ahsoka's and Palpy's. I even like the old chunky line weights reminiscent of 2005 on the chest piece. And the leg assembly, when looked at by itself, has prints that match up very well between the individual legs and the hips. Where it gets weird though is when you put the pieces together. I guess it's the combination of too many mismatches at once. The line weights on the legs and hips don't match the weights on the robe, the thicker lines all around and covering the full body, the hips and the legs, and even the toes, makes it super busy. Speaking of the toes are weird just for the simple fact that it's a style straight out of the early 2000s, but printed on a part of the piece that has never had that style. The whole thing just almost feels like it's from an alternate universe, but even the pieces themselves don't feel like they came from the same alternate universe. And that's not necessarily in a bad way, not in a good way, not in the way. It's just kinda weird. I'm curious to see how it looks in situ. These leaks always give a slightly different vibe than in full production. Looking at you, Fibes. But for now, that's all I got. Later.